Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. I'm Captain Kazoo, and this is Captain Kazoo's Kazoo Review, and we are back after, well, I won't say an absence, but we've been focusing over the last several weeks on recordings from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I hope you have found them to be interesting and entertaining. But now we're back. We're back in the studio at Captain Kazoo's Kazoo Review. I'm going to sit down here. It's still July. It's only mid-July, so we're celebrating the 4th of July a little late this year. Let's see. I don't even know where to start. Well, I'm trying to pick up something here, which is actually a toothpick, which I use as a pick. Now I hope, and I've got focus here on this instrument. Can you see this instrument? I don't know if my focus is very good or not with this thing. This is called a strum stick. It's got it's commercially made. It's a commercially available product. I happened to run across it several weeks ago. We were up at in San Francisco visiting the new aquarium, planetarium, superwarium, etc. Quite a spectacular facility. And following that, we went over to one of our favorite haunts, area we used to live in on Clement Street in San Francisco, and went to our famous pizza restaurant, which I won't give the name of because I don't want a lot of people going there. But in the same vicinity is a music shop, and I saw. I always have to browse music shops, so I went in and I started browsing around, and I saw these things. Now this is called, as I say, a strum stick. I think the gentleman that invented it, or I guess he didn't invent it really, he adapted it or constructed it or blah blah blah, and calls it his name is McNally, and you can look him up on the internet. I believe it's maybe strumstick.com, but I'll check that out and let you know. Anyway, it's much like a lot of cigar box guitars, insofar it has 3 strings, and it's tuned to an open chord. The interesting thing about this particular instrument is you can't make a bad note, because there are no bad notes on here. See, on a regular guitar or a regular ukulele, and let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. You see how many, I'll let you see this guy here. See this guy here, you know what a guitar looks like. And you know, it's got the frets all the way down, a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of frets. And some of those frets give you friendly notes, and some of those frets give you unfriendly notes, depending on a lot of other things. But the strum stick has no unfriendly notes, so every fret that you hit from open neat, right? Anyway. Anyway, drumstick. If you don't know anything about music, but you want to play some music on a musical instrument, believe me, the drumstick is definitely for you. I'm doing the same thing I'm always doing, wandering around. Oh. Now, on top of that, you know, I'm always interested in, since my basic premise is I love music and I love to make music, but I don't like to practice and I don't like to learn things. I really just pick up stuff and start banging on them, right? That's why I play the kazoo. And all types of kazoos, because they require no effort, no study, no practice, nothing. If anything, if they do require anything, they simply require that you be able to stay on key most of the time. And maybe that's not even important, because there are so many kazoo players on YouTube that if they got locked out, they'd never find the right key, believe me. Anyway, along with the drumstick, neat, isn't that neat? Something like that. Anyway, they're a bit pricey. Okay? Like this guy cost $100. Was it $100? I think it was $100. It's a very well built, beautiful little instrument. I hope you can hear that. I hope you can hear that. Anyway, okay, so I digress, because I'm going to put this guy right down here, and this is simply a return, what I'll call a return to sanity after a month or so of records from the 50s and 60s. Anyway, my son gave me an instrument, whistle for imitating animal sounds. I tried to do this. Cat, rooster, dog, rooster. Woodpecker. Bird. Cat. And dog. Okay, so look at it this way. That's two instruments we introduced this week. So we're going to have to cut it off here and say we'll be back again very shortly with more nonsense. As Captain Kazoo saying, "Whoa, keep on humming."